Now there is one more loop type is left, and that is for each loop. It's also a loop structure, but it's very helpful in arrays. The only difference between for each loop, while loop and for loop is in for each loop we don't have to define the condition. One more thing, we don't have to increment in it. So when working with arrays, we can simply use for each loop to simply traverse our array of having thousands of numbers or maybe names without describing its initial value and its conditional ending value and increment like for loop and while loop. So they are very handy, and they also make sure to traverse whole array. That's why programmers and PHP developers use it all the times. So now let's add one simple array of number. Now let's add some data in it. So how many numbers we have in this array of number? We have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, total 8. So if you want to traverse this array, you just have to use for each loop statement, and inside the parentheses of for each, first you have to mention the array name, and in this case its name is number. Now for traversing it, now I have to change this array of name of number into something else. I can say change my array number as, you can say num. It's also a variable, and inside the parentheses of for each loop I'm just gonna add one simple echo statement, numbers. So what I did here, I just simply use for each loop, and now I'm describing my original name of this array number as something else, and in echo statement I'm just using this text and this new variable of num. We have this file of for each loops.php. See, now we have our numbers in our browser, 8, 60, 168 and so on. So by using for each loop without having the condition and increment, we simply traverse our whole array of number in just 2 lines, one with for each loop and other one is for echo. So this is our simple array with using for each loop. What if you have associative array? Because in associative arrays you have keys and values, so don't have to worry, because we are going to narrate our for each loop in terms of keys and values when it comes to associative arrays. So now let me add one associative array of food here. Let's add a char tag here so that we could have line. Now array of food. Now for making it associative array, I'm gonna add couple of items and their respective values. Now that was key, and now it's time for value. Now let's add one simple name for our food item. I'm gonna call it pizza. We don't need colon here, we need comma. Now let's define one more with the name of region. This lecture is going to be very interesting and a bit long. So bring your tea, coffee and drink. I have brought my tea with me, and now let me take a sip before adding our next item. So next item will be package price. Now I'm done with my array. So let's put semicolon right here. So I have added one simple array of food in which I have item number, names, region, and then we have side food, drink and package price as well. Now by using for each loop, I'm gonna traverse this So for each keyword, then inside the parenthesis of for each, first I have to mention what? Yeah, we have to mention our variable array name, and that was food. Now I have to present it in terms of something else. I can give it any name. So giving it more understandable name, I'm gonna convert it for key and value. Same like here, where we change our number into num. Now we are changing our food in term of key variable and then value variable, because it's associative array, not this simple one. Now inside the parentheses of for each loop, I'm just gonna echo our key and value, and I'm gonna say key have this value. We need dollar sign here too, and add comma here. Good way to see your code before running it in browser, so that you don't have any complication in your browser. Seem perfect? Okay, item number have 1050, then have. Let's remove this have from here and add br tag for seeing it on next line. Item number 1015, name is pizza, region is Italy, side food pasta, drink, and then we have package price. So this way you can use for each loop in terms of simple arrays and for associative array. As before starting of this lecture, I told you that this lecture is going to be a bit interesting. So let's apply some coding bombardment on this lecture. First, I'm going to replace this underscore sign with anything. I can replace it with dash, or I can just simply remove it, or I can replace it with space. Let's add one more variable. I'm gonna call it data, and in this variable, by using str replace function, I'm gonna change this underscore sign into empty string, so that user won't be able to see this underscore sign. It's very handy for the developer to add these kind of underscore and dashes, but it's not very good when it comes to make a good user interface. So let's remove this underscore sign. For that, inside the parentheses of our function str replace, first we need to address our problem, and that is underscore, and by using comma, let's separate it. And now I'm gonna change this underscore with this simple string of space, and this one is, this underscore belongs to what? This belongs to this key of food, and this key is here and value is here. So I have to put key here because we are applying it on key, then semicolon at the end. Let's save this, see it in browser, and we also have to change this echo statement from key to data, because we have changed it for the variable data on 25th line. Saving this one out and see it in browser. See, now we don't have any underscore sign here, here, and in here too. I can also add one simple function of UC words that is going to capitalize the first word of this I, N, R, and so on. So putting UC word here, first I have to mention our function name, and that is UC word. Then starting off this UC word parenthesis, and now closing it before our semicolon right here. Saving this one out, seeing it in browser. See, now we have item I capitalize, number N capitalize, name capitalize, region capitalize, side, drink, and package price as well, by using UC words function. Now one more scenario for this lecture will be, it's possible that you know that prices are always in the digit form, always in numeric form. It's not possible to have prices in character form. So if I add here oops and saving this one out, and if I refresh this page, then you can see that we are having this oops price here, and it's totally invalid and wrong. It's not going to happen anyway. So we need to define one certain case so that if a price is accidentally entered as character, we will have some counter message. So first of all, I have to select this package price from here. So by using simple if statement, I'm gonna say if is numeric what? Value. But before doing that, let's remove this one out from here. First I have to select this package price. Then we are going to strike on the value here of this item of package price. So first I'm gonna say if the key value means this package price is equal to what? Package price. Then what should you do? Then inside the parenthesis of if statement, now first by using statement of if on line 26, I have selected this package price from here. Now I have to select the value of this one. So I have to add one more if statement inside our this if statement, and I'm gonna say if is numeric. I'm gonna check whether it's numeric or what. You can check it for integer or float maybe. So I can say is numeric what? Is numeric value. Is numeric value means if our value of package price numeric, then what should you do? I can add some echo statement here, but I don't have to be standing here with a problem when it is numeric, because it's okay for me to have this package price numeric value. What's not okay with me? In case if it is null or maybe character form. So we don't need this echo statement here. So in case our value is numeric, we are going to just simply jump on this echo statement on 32 line number. But if our value is not numeric, it's something like null or maybe character form, then we have to give it counter measure. So else I'm gonna say, now this parenthesis came at the bottom, so let's move it up here. This one is belong to this if statement. So else what I'm gonna say echo cannot be determined. So it's very easy what I did here. First I have selected by using this if statement this package price, and on line 27th I am selecting value by going inside the package price. So if our value is numeric, then we don't have any problem, so we don't have to add anything here. But else we do have problem, so we have to add one echo statement. Cannot be determined means package price cannot be determined here. So let's save this one out and see it in browser what it's gonna look like. See, now we have cannot be determined package price. Oops. So we need to replace this oops from here, and we need to put this cannot be determined from here to here. So we can do that. We can simply put this cannot be determined at the place of oops by just simply equal this phrase to this value. So removing this echo from here, we can say value is equal to this string. So first select package price, then numeric value. Then if it is numeric value, don't have problem, going to else statement, and inside the else statement we have to make our this value to this new phrase. Saving this one out, seeing it in browser. See, package price cannot be determined. So if I add here null, saving this one out, See, package price cannot be still determined. So if I add here a number 78, it's valid because it is numeric. See, now we have package price 78. So if I add something like in single quote Jazip, see, price cannot be determined. It's very powerful technique to control your data on your website. So you did pretty good job with me. So if we put instead of Jazip, we put boolean true or false, then see what we are going to have. See, still price cannot be determined because this true is what? This true is, and this false is a boolean value 1 and 0. So if we want to make this work, this package price work for false, we just have to change this function from is numeric to is bool. So is bool, we know that our package price is false, means it is boolean value, so we are not going to have an error. So we will have 0 here. So if I change it to true, then by using bool function here on line 27th, I'm gonna have 1 right after package price because true is 1, false is 0, and we are checking it for bool using boolean function. See, now we have 1. If I change it for some text and heal, and see, I don't have a function for numeric, integer or float. I am checking it for bool, so it's going to print cannot be determined in our browser. Saving this one out. See, price cannot be determined because we are checking it for what? Bool. So it's possible that we will have some value like 0, and for checking it whether our price is set or not, we can simply say that by changing the function from is bool to is set. See, we have 0 here because we are checking it for is set. So if I change it for the function of empty, and 0 is here, it's still empty, so we don't have any cannot be determined here because it's valid according to its function. So if I change it for some text, then it's going to be changed here, cannot be determined. And if I change it for null, and we are using empty function, see, now we conclude that, and in case of 0, it means that your package price is going to be 0. So if I make it for null, and in here I change this function from empty to checking it for is null, then we won't have any kind of cannot be determined in our browser because it's valid. Our function is according to our value. So if I add here simple string and check it for it, then we have this price cannot be determined. You can also check it for integer is int or maybe is float to checking whether it's for valid or not. So we have sdsds right here, saving this one out. So we will have price cannot be determined in our browser. So these functions is bool, empty, is set, is int, is float, is numeric, they are very powerful and they use it in PHP all the times. So you should have some practice on it. So I thought that it could be better for you to have a detailed intro with your for each loops. It just came up while modifying our for each loop for the better understanding, but it's a great concept of booleans, true, false, empty, set, or numeric, integer and float, and they use it all the times. So do some practice on this, and if you have any problem, then try to watch this movie one more time, and if you still have any question, then you can ask me. See you in next lecture.